The One Punch Man Season 3 problem. I mean, this anime is going viral for all the wrong reasons. We have Charlie talking about it. We have some of the biggest anime reactors, Chibi reviews, some of the biggest anime names out there. They're talking about One Punch Man and it's getting ragdolled right now, okay? But let's be real. The issue here is not that the animation is bad. It's just that we have gotten at a stage with anime and how mainstream it is that even the slightest bad thing with any anime is gonna go through the ringer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about One Punch Man Season 3. And let's just get the facts out of the way, right? One Punch Man Season 3, the animation is really not that bad. But when I say that, a lot of people are gonna argue that it is. But here's the reality, right? A lot of these people really don't know what they're talking about, right? If you were to compare One Punch Man Season 3 to Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, of course it's gonna be bad, but you're comparing it to the 1% of all anime. And just to like really drive this home, right? This is all the anime that are airing this season. We have over 60 anime this season, right? And a lot of people don't watch a lot of these anime to really make an informed decision as to how bad One Punch Man Season 3 is in comparison to your average anime, right? That's the point. That they're just comparing One Punch Man to the best of the best and making their decision based on that. Here's a reality, right? I mean, we have Charlie making a video here, 3 million views. And I will say that what Charlie said in this video is not necessarily wrong. I do agree. I mean, you cannot argue that Season 3 is comparable to Season 1 or Season 2. Like, yes, it's worse, but you have to understand what's happening here, right? I mean, we got the memes. If you go on X right now, the memes that's happening with One Punch Man is insane. We have, you know, this anime reactor Nicholas right here. He is getting just going through the ringer because, you know, he's making the memes. He's making fun of One Punch Man. And look, I agree with it. You can make fun of it. But man, a lot of people are not agreeing. But let's just look at the facts here, right? JC Staff is making Season 3 of One Punch Man. Do you know how many shows they worked on this year? 5. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 anime in 1 year. Absolutely insane. It's not even funny. It's absolutely wild. And just to put this in comparison, right? They have a grand total. I gotta scroll up because they have a lot of projects, right? They have a grand total of 235 employees. Now, mind you, these are not all animators, right? They got accountants, cleaning crew. They have other departments, right? Now, let's look at MAPPA, right? The ones that make Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Look, this year, they have Senshu, Lazarus, but that was co-produced with another anime company, Campfire Cooking, and Ranma 1/2. 4 shows compared to JC Staff 5, right? But here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. Here's the part that people are not going to look or talk about, right? MAPPA has 467 employees, right? Now, of course, they're not all animators, but it will be safe to bet that they have more animators than JC Staff, and they're producing less anime than JC Staff. So that should just, again, put it into perspective, the amount of workload that JC Staff is going through, right? Because yeah, it's easy to blame JC Staff, sure, but the reality is the production committee, right? The anime production committee that's assigning all these projects with that deadline, right? Let's look at Ufotable. Ufotable has literally only made 1 anime a year, right? And that's Demon Slayer. And they have 256 employees as of 2024. Again, it just goes to show you why there's a different level of quality with all these different shows. Because again, while all those employees are not animators, right? You could probably say that the animation company, you know, most of their employees will be animators, but not all. Maybe they have 150, maybe 200 employees. Same with JC Staff, about 150, 200 employees that are animators, right? I don't know the exact number, but it doesn't matter because we have 2 comparable companies, Ufotable and JC Staff, with relative numbers of employees, but one is producing 1 show a year, the other one is producing 5. The numbers don't line up, okay? And that's what I'm trying to get at here, right? Again, a lot of the criticism for One Punch Man Season 3 makes sense, but a lot of people are just saying it because one, it's meme worthy, it's gonna get views, it's gonna get likes. A lot of people, they love to just go on a show and literally just shit on it for no reason, right? And I feel bad because, again, if you were to go and sit down, right? Once again, here's the list of all the anime that are coming out this season. Like, you cannot compare One Punch Man to like Spy Family or My Hero Academia. That would be criminal. That would be criminal. But if you were to get One Punch Man and compare it to this other no-name anime, you're going to see that it's about average. That's what One Punch Man Season 3 is sitting at, right? And look, I really hope that episode 3 is about to go down. We're gonna get a huge fight, what it seems like, and I hope that it just proves everybody wrong. But the chances of that happening are slim to none, because again, just look at JC Staff's schedule. They cannot compete. They cannot do what Season 1 or Season 2 did because they just have way too many projects and not that many employees. So yeah, I just feel like right now it's a fun thing to meme on One Punch Man, and it's one of those things that, like, you know, the 7 Deadly Sins, once they got the bad animation, that's what they're known for, and that's what's going to happen to One Punch Man, right? We went from being one of the best anime out there, the one that you would recommend to anybody. Heck, when I introduced anime to my wife, I showed her One Punch Man Season 1. I wouldn't show her Season 3 because, you know, she might like it, who knows, but she's not into anime like that to where she might not put up with the lower quality anime, right? But regardless, it's getting out of hand. Everybody here that's arguing, they're just doing it because, you know, argument's sake. One Punch Man Season 3, it does have issues, but come on, let's give JC Staff a break. I do agree that it would have been better if another studio maybe got it, one that had more time and you know, maybe a better production committee to tackle this anime, because One Punch Man is a very popular anime and I do think it deserves to have that top tier animation. But for some reason, and we don't know why, the production committee decided to go with JC Staff. The production committee assigned all that work to JC Staff, and it is what it is, right? There's nothing we can do at this point. Maybe Season 4, who knows? But, you know, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you think that everything that's happened to One Punch Man, if it's legit. Do you agree with it? Do you not? Me, hey, I know it's funny to make memes, but it is getting a lot of hand, and well, here we are. But let me know what you think, and like always, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace out. Oh.